Can you explain that to me?
Okay, you work under the 10th Amendment, right?
No, so I'm a police officer in North Tonawanda. I need to see your license, please.
So you work under
and your
the 10th
registration.
You work under the 10th Amendment.
So why don't you work
right?
on that for me really quick? 196 County Traffic.
Go ahead.
The Rui at Abington, King Adam King 1629, KAK 1629, blue Nissan, send me another car. So are you working right now for DoorDash?
Yes, sir.
So I need to see your driver's license. You gotta have a driver's license to operate on a New York State public roadway, so I need to see your driver's license, please.
So do you understand the Constitution, your oath?
I'm not.
Right?
So I'm not gonna get into that with you, brother. I just need to see your.
I'm just gonna drive
I need
off.
to see your driver's license and registration, please.
You don't need to see that.
I do need to see that. You committed a vehicle and traffic law violation, so I need to see your driver's license.
You have an oath to the Constitution, right?
That's correct.
All right. What's the 10th Amendment say?
I'm not going to sit here and recite.
If you're not going to abide by the law, then I am going to leave.
So sit tight a second. You're not leaving anywhere. You're not free to go.
I am.
210. Start for 163 on 10th Avenue. We're getting a report of a possible house fire.
203 copies en route.
It's been updated. Dispatch has been updated.
And 2186.
Leaving the station, drive that to me as well. You want us to come back center up? No, we got enough. Keep doing what you're doing. 10-4.
Units route to 10th Avenue, just an update from the caller. There was a fire inside the oven. They're not sure if it spread anywhere, but they do believe that it may possibly be out at this time. Narcotic NT 212, checking your status. Narcotic NT 196, checking your status. Narcotic NT 196, checking your status.
196 County. I got a driver still not IDing himself.
10-4. That vehicle is showing as a rental.
10-4.
196, north. County, clear one issue.
10.
26 cents, yeah.
10. Narcotic NT 203.
203.
Call holding a memorial pole for a male laying on a bench by the kids' playground. Appears to be talking to himself.
10-4. You can drop that to me.
10.
210 on location.
10-4-2-10.
Cool, 7-196.
10-4.
It's running 6 County.
Dispatch has been updated.
NC 186.
Fires on state.
Interstate fires out.
Affirmative, in their house shot.
Yes.
NC-210 to County.
NC-210.
We clear Tempton. I'll take Memorial Bowl.
10-4. It's going to be an older black male with a gray beard with a blue
Hey, David.
hood and bubble jacket on.
Tell you
So-
who he is yet?
What's that?
Tell you who he is yet?
He does not.
Alright, well,
So this.
take him out and bring him back so we can identify him.
Yep.
10.
I was just trying to see if we had anything on there so I could at least come up and already have his information, but it's a rental car,
Yep.
and I got nothing else on it.
No idea who it is?
No, I've never even seen this guy before. Blew right through the stop sign, but he is not. He said he doesn't have to stick around. I was like, okay, well, I'm advising you legally you have to stay here.
Just detained.
NC-106 County.
NC-106.
All right.
Clear of 10th Dave, you can draft Memorial Bowl to as well.
10.
186 looks like he...
So you got a rental car, brother. You had
Yes,
to.
sir.
You got to have a contract for it, right, and a driver's license. I need to see that, please.
Center County NC-196 207 status check.
So again, I'm recording this now because normally I'm going to give you a little bit of insight here, right? My uncle was first sergeant military police.
Okay.
My cousin is a police officer in Genesee County.
Okay. Who is it in Genesee County?
That would be, what's his name? Morgan is her first name. So anyway, I also have had federal security clearance of high security public trust, right? So I'm all about Constitution.
Okay.
So I need you as a public servant because am I a public servant or are you the public servant?
So you're correct. I'm the public servant.
Good. You have an oath of office to that Constitution. Am I correct?
Yep.
What's the 10th Amendment?
So I'm not going to get into that
So
with you.
you don't, no,
You're not gonna- you're not done in this. Okay, we're gonna have you step out of the car.
10th Amendment.
We're going to have you step out of the car.
You're not going to do anything.
Alright, come on, sir. Get out.
Yep. We're going to have you remove out of the car.
So I'm going to record this.
You're
Again,
free to record. You can record whatever you like.
I'm going to roll up the window. How are you going to recite the 10th Amendment?
I'm going to have 203 start this way as well. 196 to 203 if you can head to this location.
Next step is I call 911 and I get SWAT here.
10-4,
We are SWAT.
We are SWAT, so
Good. You're an insurrectionist at this point in time because if you're trying to demand anything out of me,
We need to
now keep
identify
in mind
you, sir.
I have no problem with giving you my license and what have you. What I'm doing is I'm ensuring you're abiding by your oath to the Constitution.
so we need to see your driver's
You
license and
don't
your
need
vehicle
to see
registration.
anything from me because you are a public servant. I have the right to travel under the 9th Amendment. I have right, First Amendment right, freedom of exercise of religion. Freedom of exercise.
So what does
of
that have to do
religion.
with you committing a
I'm gonna
vehicle and
clarify
traffic
for
law
you.
violation?
Stop interrupting me. You're the public servant. First Amendment, freedom of exercise of religion, right? Does it state that
So what I
clearly?
don't understand, sir, is what does it have to do with you not stopping
That's
at a
what I'm
stop
getting
sign
to. Are you going to
and
answer my
speeding?
question?
No, I need to see your driver's license and
If you're
registration.
not going to answer my question, then we're not.
Henry Charles, 2421. KHC 2421, Black Forest.
You want to act like a public servant and answer my question, or do
So
I?
you're
You want to act
literally-
like you're
so what you're
going
gonna
to
do is turn this from just a simple traffic stop.
So what
to
I'm
verify
doing
that
is
you
I'm
have a
asserting
license.
my rights as a U.S. citizen and validating that you're not abiding by your oath of to the Constitution.
So my job here today
So
is to
your
monitor
job here
traffic
today
safety.
is to enforce the law. Is that correct?
Correct, which you violated.
No, because which is the supreme law of the land? Marbury versus Madison. If a law is created that violates a constitutional standard, it is automatically null and void.
So sir,
Is that
how does that have
correct?
to
If
do
you
with
have
you
an oath to
not
the
coming to a complete
Constitution-
stop at a stop sign?
So that's what I'm getting to. What's the freedom?
I don't
of
understand.
So if you don't
a
understand,
roundabout
I'm
way to
free
get
to
to that.
educate you. Are you going to
Why are
listen?
you yelling
It's-
at me?
Sir,
Because you are not listening to
Sir,
me.
Pennsylvania versus Mims says that we have the right to ask you out of the car.
You don't have
Also
any
correct.
rights. The First Amendment, separation of church and state.
That's
That's-
Supreme Court case
Supreme Court case, Marbury versus Madison. If a law is made that violates a constitutional standard, it's automatically null and void.
law. Sir, you can either give us your license or we have to step out of the vehicle.
It's your choice. think all the doors are locked too.
Yep. It's annoying, isn't it?
212, can I repair one issue?
Yeah.
I've already fought a court case in North Tonawanda, just to let you know. I had it thrown out, it was dismissed for the same principle I'm stating with you right now.
Okay.
So do you think you have the authority?
You violated vehicle and traffic law.
Which law is that?
1172A.
State law?
New York State vehicle and traffic law.
Who state Constitution refers to the U.S. Constitution as the supreme law of the land. Is that correct?
I'm not doing this, sir.
If you're not doing it, then I'm not doing it.
Is 203 responding?
203 responding here.
I'm calling 911.
I'm aware.
County, just your advice, this driver's calling 911.
Niagara County 911, where's your emergency?
Yeah, I don't know where it exactly is. What road am I
We're on Rui Road, sir.
Do we?
We're on Rui Road.
Rui? Okay, I'll let you, the officer, explain. Right now I have a couple police officers. I'm trying to assert my rights under the Constitution. First Amendment, separation of church of state, which states clearly in the First Amendment that the freedom of exercise of religion, that freedom of exercise, if Congress can't pass a law, then they can't violate, the Judicial Department can't enforce the law, that's the supreme law of the land. I'm asserting that with these officers. They're pulling me over for a traffic violation, which is state law. And on the federal level, they refuse to abide by their oath of office to the Constitution. Now they're acting under the 10th Amendment, which states clearly to the state or the people. It's not exclusive to the state. So that said, they don't have any authority nor jurisdiction in this matter. Even if I did go through a stop sign, there's nobody that was hurt or injured, which doesn't make it a crime. And since I follow common law, which is 5 of the 10 commandments, no murder, no theft, no coveting, no bearing false witness, and no adultery, they are currently committing an insurrection. Well, I don't know if I did or not. That's what they're proclaiming, but state law doesn't supersede federal law. Federal law, 1st and 10th Amendment, as well as the 9th Amendment apply here, and they're violating their oath to the Constitution, which in turn would make them insurrectionists.
214.
Now, I have police officers in my family and what have you. Sure, my name is Richard Ewert. Driver's license, Ewert, E-W-E-R-T. And just for fun, because I don't have any problem with giving them my license and what have you, I'm just kind of asserting my rights at the moment. My driver's license number, if you need it, is 810-488-661.
Okay.
So again, if you want to have the argument about it being commercial or what have you, because that's what driving is referencing, that's why you would need a license if you're working under commercial, which I technically am at the moment, but nevertheless the 9th Amendment still applies.
Do you have an emergency?
The emergency is these cops are violating my constitutional rights and
Okay,
they
well, their
refuse to leave.
lieutenant's on the way over to speak with you. You can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there. But unfortunately, right now, you're tying up an emergency line for somebody that could be in cardiac arrest or having trouble breathing or having chest pain.
Well, they did try to say that I have to step out of the vehicle, and they're trying to demand things out of me, with acting like they have the authority when there's public service.
On the way there, you can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there, okay?
Alrighty. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Where were you headed to when you were driving down Rui Road?
I'm delivering some food.
Where are you delivering at?
I don't know the exact address because
How long have you been doing DoorDash for?
I've been doing Uber and what have you for years. And what have you. Like I said, I don't have any problems with you guys. I'm not to defund the police or anything like that. I'm fully on your side, but when it comes to constitutional rights, especially with the Democrats being the way they are, I'm making sure that I'm asserting my rights.
Do you have the rental agreement on you, sir?
No, it's actually at home.
I guess my thing is you either don't believe me that you ran directly through a stop sign, but you didn't stop at all. You went directly through a stop sign and are speeding.
Well, I wouldn't say I was speeding. I wouldn't know that. But again, the stop sign, to me, I didn't see the stop sign. So if I did, it's because I didn't see it.
That's fine. And we could have gone a whole different route over this other than...
Exactly. And I just wanted to ask you questions.
But
and
it's not for you to ask me questions.
It is
I was
my
super
job.
cordial to you. I came up to you. All I said is I need to see your driver's license.
Again, you're the public servant, right?
Correct. But
so if I ask you a question, if you wanted to keep it cordial and everything, you would have answered the question.
Right, but you're not even identifying who you were to me.
I don't have to identify
you do, though, because you're driving on a New York State roadway. You need to
Ninth
produce...
Amendment.
It has nothing to do with it.
Travel.
You can speak with my supervisor.
Okay.
It's New York State law. This is a traffic stop. Identify yourself, or you're going to be arrested for obstruction and a misdemeanor.
All right. You have an oath to the Constitution. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's time to get out of the car and identify yourself.
So if you go and do what you're doing,
Yep.
you're violating your oath to the Constitution.
Nope.
Yes.
You're detained right now. You're accused of committing a crime, a vehicle and traffic law. You have to identify yourself. It's basic when you're 16 years old and you get your license. I'm Lieutenant Swift, page 203. You're going to identify yourself to these officers right now. Why are you not identifying yourself?
I already did, actually, on the 911 call. I gave him my driver's license number and everything. But as far as that's concerned, again, you have an oath to the Constitution. Are you going to allow me to speak? I'll clarify this for you.
Yep. Are you going to identify yourself?
Are you going to allow me to clarify everything?
Yes.
So I already did on the 911 call. I actually gave you, did you happen to take notice of the driver's license number that I gave? They ran it?
Well, we wouldn't be able to do that because we're having a conversation while you were giving that to dispatch.
Way, right? You have an oath to the Constitution. Now, keep in mind, I don't hate anybody. Again, as I iterated to them, my uncle was first sergeant military police. My cousin works as police over in my county, Madison County, right? So I have no problems with the police. What I'm doing right now is I'm asserting my rights and making sure you're abiding by your oath to that Constitution. Why is that important in today's society? Because what I'm saying to you right now, because as much as you're trying to come at me, keep in mind I have the full legal right to remove Joe Biden from his office right now with the same context.
Are you okay?
Okay?
Do you know what year it is?
Do you know what year it is?
Do you know what year it is?
Okay. Let me clarify this for you, because if you want to have this kind of argument. Do you proclaim December the 12th month?
Of the year? Yes.
Even though the word itself literally means 10th month?
Sir, I don't know if
So exactly.
I don't know
because you don't know anything.
I don't know if it's the mental
I want to help people too.
Is this a mental health issue, or are you?
That sounds like you do have one, because if you proclaim December to be the 12th month when it literally means the 10th, it means you're probably not in your right mind.
Identify yourself to these police officers, please. Right now, identify yourself to these police officers.
So are you doing an insurrection against people at the moment?
You're about to be removed from this vehicle. Shut the car off. Shut the car off. Shut the car off.
Let's go. We're ready? Step out.
Shut the car off. Shut it off right now. Come on. Shut it off. Get out of the car.
Step out. We got him. We got him, Monty. On your stomach. On your stomach right now.
So now you just committed assault.
On your stomach right now.
Now you just committed assault.
Relax your arm. Relax your arm.
I am fully
Relax your arm.
relaxed. You committed assault.
Nope. You tried to close the window on me after I told you to get out of the vehicle. Gave you multiple chances to identify yourself.
Now I told you quite often that you're insurrectionist against the
You want a double
people.
cuff on him?
No.
You can get both.
Do you have any weapons in the car?
No, now you're performing illegal search and seizures.
Nope.
Violation of the 4th Amendment.
One 96 County, we'll have one detained.
All right, sir.
All right, brother. If you want, roll to your side here. You can sit on your bottom. Sit up. Ready? Up on your feet. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Back this way. Yes, sir.
I don't have any weapons.
Oh, gosh.
I have a right to bear them anyway under the Second Amendment.
What do you got here, brother? Keys?
Yep.
Right side's clean. Can you spread your legs apart for me, sir? Okay. Just keys in his right front pocket.
Have a seat, sir.
Go ahead. All right. Sit tight. What do you want to do? I got stop sign, speed.
Yeah,
And my two initial?
Take them in and book them for obstruction.
Okay.
I mean, how many times did you tell him to identify himself? About 25?
Several times before I even called for another car when I realized
Yeah.
he's like, I don't have to stay here. And I was like, well, I better get a car rolling because I thought he was just going to take off on me. But yeah, more than ample
closing
time.
the window on my hand. That's
Yep.
why I had to jump in. I was sure he was going to drive away, so.
For sure. He did give a name and a date of birth, or a name and a license number over the air to dispatch. We have no idea who it is, but he wouldn't give anything to me prior to that. He just kept repeating the same thing on a loop. We're gonna roll him back for discount.
Go ahead. How's that mailing custody? You'll be transported on the pier. 10-4.
One 196 to 203. I don't know if he's towing this.
Dispatch
I
has
don't
been
know.
updated.
I don't see anything in there as far as any wallet or anything like that.
I got it. We got wallet, driver's license, and the
Okay.
keys. I think I gave to one of you guys.
I don't have the keys, just as long as we have a wallet or something that can someone identify him.
Yep. So I have all that. If you just want to stick by with LT until the end, decide if they're towing or not.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Dispatch has been updated. Dispatch has been updated.
Go ahead. You can drive me to stop on early. I'm going to be waiting for United. I'm going to complete a tuition. 10-4.
Dispatch has been updated.
That's 203 County. 203. Just added a narrative witness at 1432 Rui. 1432 Rui. Witness to the incident. 10-4. MCG 140 County. Go ahead. We're going to. 10-4.
Dispatch has been updated.
County, come on, station. 10-4207.
Hang on, buddy.
I'm not gonna run.
Upstairs. Sit down on the bench there.
Hi, Hussy.
Hello there. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just need it once you get him entered so I can do his
No problem.
information.
We get crushed.
UF?
Walk-in domestics and all sorts of stuff. So let me just finish this impound and we'll be on.
So how long is this gonna be in? How am I gonna be in jail? And if I'm in jail, for how long?
We'll see.
Yep. You gotta go through the booking process, brother.
I want names and badge numbers written down for me, cards,
We
everything.
gave it to her, don't you remember?
I do remember that you.
We're not obligated to repeat ourselves multiple times.
You're obligated to give me information as public service.
Stop talking, please.
I don't have to stop talking.
I would just appreciate it.
I understand that, and I would appreciate it if you
Sit down.
Sit down.
uphold your oath
Sit
of
down.
office.
Forced you up, I'm gonna force you down.
Just sit, have a seat on the bench, brother.
You've
I don't know why
already
you're being-
assaulted me and violated my
Have a seat on the
constitutional
bench.
rights.
Sit down. We're gonna go through the booking
Please?
process, and then we'll go through getting you out as fast as possible.
Would I
So
be
take
out
a seat on the
tonight?
bench. We'll see. If you're cooperative with my booking officer,
If
we
I'm
don't want you to stay
cooperative,
here any longer than you need to
Good.
be. Are you under the influence of anything?
I'm on, I
Then do
don't
me a
take
favor.
your-
Perfect. Then do
Could
me a
you
favor.
answer
Take
my
a seat,
questions
please.
like I
Take
asked
a
you
seat.
before? Could you be nice and answer my questions?
I've never not been professional with you immediately from the
You've
start.
actually, because you refute, you want, oh, I don't want to go through this with the
I
Constitution.
I don't know why you're changing
did
your
that
body
number-
language for that. I said I'm not going to go through this with you on the side of the road, did I not? My body posture didn't change. I didn't dismiss what you were saying, but it was a time and a place and not the side of the road. You went through a stop sign. You're driving over the posted speed limit. That was the two issues. You could have been on your way with a simple citation, and you could have fought it in court. But you, sir, you have brought all this on. So please do me a
You've
favor.
actually
Take a
brought
seat
all
on this
this on
bench.
because you were refusing to abide
Take
by
a seat
your
on
oath
the
of
bench.
Constitution.
What's that?
I'll get the cuffs off, let me hook them up. Alright, face the camera.
Okay, you're gonna take the cuffs off, I'll sit down, I'll be nice.
Keep your
And you're going to go in this one.
Oh, okay, well, if you take the cuffs off directly, I'll just sit there. If you wanted to be
We're
nice
not playing
with me.
fucking games,
I'm
guy.
not playing either, I'm just standing here, guy.
Handcuffs on, you're gonna sit down, you understand?
If the handcuffs are off, then I'll sit down, I'll be nice.
Those are gonna come off.
At no
and
point you
we're
should
gonna
not
go
be
on.
nice to us. Because we've been professional with you. Have a seat, please. You're going to stay in this one. You have to be hooked to something while you're in our
That's fine
custody.
if that's what you need to do. That was fucking pain in the ass right there.
You literally started this.
Look, I abide by the Constitution. You don't abide by your oath of office to the Constitution.
Stop talking.
You brought it on yourself. Because you have bonds that I could sue you for. Because as much as you want to
Please
say
do.
about citations and what have you, if you violate your oath to the Constitution, you've committed assaults, and I'm going to charge you for it. I'm going to file complaints. So I want names, badge numbers of all officers involved in that incident.
I'll do, obstructive.
Yeah.
Let's start this in the back.
Because even on the 911 call, I gave you my identification. I stated clearly what my name as well as my driver's license number was. That's validation of my identification.
What if you were lying?
Did you check it?
Well, how are we supposed to know if you're inside a car?
You're acting like an idiot.
Nope, I'm giving you a valid response.
I'm giving you a valid response that you have an oath of office to the Constitution. If you violate it, you become an insurrectionist, ineligible for public office, can be removed from your positions respectively, which I've noted notoriously online with other police officers and what have you, and reinforced that
Well,
concept.
we are allowed to ask you to leave a car at any time, aren't we?
No, because the First Amendment,
No?
First Amendment, what does that state?
I don't know, what does it state?
It states clearly that freedom of exercise of religion, right?
Sure.
Okay. And it states clearly that Congress can't pass a law that violates that right, right?
Are you a sovereign?
Read. No, I'm not. I'm a U.S. citizen. We are under a constitutional republic, are we not? Is that what the Constitution states? If you want to read it for yourself, go ahead. It states clearly that Congress cannot pass a law that violates the freedom of exercise of religion.
Who's your president of Genesee County?
That would be Morgan Ewert, E-W-E-R-T.
You guys do Miranda?
So again, First Amendment, which I cited plenty of times during that traffic stop. So if Congress, you know, our government, you know, federal level, state level, if they can't pass a law that violates my freedom of exercise of religion, then you are the judicial branch, correct?
We're the executive branch.
Even the executive branch can't violate that, but you are judicial branch.
We're the executive branch.
You are judicial branch.
Police department's the executive branch.
You work under the executive branch?
Yeah. He says he's related
Of
to
what?
Ewert.
It just is.
My bad, dude. So this guy is. Alright. So this guy's being like a sovereign pretty much.
No, I'm a constitutionalist. I abide by you're the acting like you're the sovereign. Now, I didn't think this was possible, to be honest with you, but you're proving your point. Could I have a drink of water, actually? Because my throat is fucking parched.
No.
And for BTL without being committed.
Sit down!
I need a drink of
I
water.
don't care, I said sit!
So
I don't care. You don't have authority over me.
Sit.
You are a public
I do,
servant.
you are in custody,
You are
sit
a
down.
public servant.
Alright, what's your address?
You have my license and everything, right? You already violated the Fourth
I
Amendment.
don't have your license, I'm asking you booking questions. Am I gonna put you in a cell right now?
Alright, so yeah.
What's your address?
Are we going to avoid the cell?
What's your address?
If I give you the address, are you going to not put me in a cell?
That's correct.
So I'll be able to be free to go after all
As
this?
long as we don't have a reason to hold you.
Alrighty, 82 Gilbert Street.
Yeah.
G-I-L-B-I?
It's gonna happen regardless.
Correct.
I figured I'd see who Morgan Ewert was.
Is that, what city's that in?
That's Leroy.
Is that 2 words?
Technically, L-E then space R-O-Y.
Zip.
14482.
What's a good phone number for you?
I've got a few of them, but my phones are actually. How am I going to get all this stuff back? But well, how am I going to get all my stuff, my phones and what have you?
I'll let the arresting officers take care of it because I'm not familiar with it.
Okay. A good one would be 716-213-7530.
He's a tough guy to take out.
The last 4, please. 716-213.
716-213-7530. Again, my mouth is parched and I'm having a hard time speaking, which obviously you don't want me to do anyway, but I still am asserting my rights.
Marital status, single, divorced, married.
Single.
Highest level of education.
Nearly associate's degree in engineering.
I've ever been in the military.
I served, well, I didn't serve directly in the military. My uncle, again, was First Sergeant Military Police. And I did work at the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs with the Federal Security Clearance of High Security Public Trust.
Can I tell him something real quick? Richard, coming direct from Morgan Ewert. She said, never fucking name drop her again. Her exact words, I just talked to her on the phone.
Your point?
I was just letting you know because she told me to tell you that personally.
I didn't name drop her. You asked for her name.
I can go back to the...
Approximate height and weight.
I would say about 230 or so.
And height.
Maybe 240. 5'9"ish.
I'm sorry.
5'9"ish.
Blonde hair. What color?
Dirty blondish.
Eye color.
I want to say blue, hazel, somewhere around there. If you want, my license is right there. It's in my wallet.
Just contacts.
What's that?
Do you have contacts?
I have names. You obviously have Morgan. There's one of them. You may as well use that because I don't have my phone numbers for my brothers and that with today's technology. So.
Are you currently employed?
I do DoorDash and Uber full time for my employment.
U.S. citizen.
Yep.
What city were you born?
Batavia, New York.
Got any cool nicknames or aliases?
I actually go by Abadia. Again, First Amendment right. Translates in Hebrew to servant of Yah. I'm a Messianic Jew.
I can put it on there. How do you spell it?
Obadiah.
Correction, that's only the 3-8. So WDL28Z, P is in Paul, 8883Z.
It wants me to list 3 notable scars, marks, or tattoos. Do you have any of those?
Right here.
Scar?
Scar up on my forehead.
Just give me 1 second to catch up.
Okay.
So it asked me to type acne, burn, cut, other, surgical.
I would say it was a bad stitch job when I was younger.
Surgical, left cheek.
Same with up on the head. Surgical.
Gotcha. Just give me 1 second. Alright, so I have the 2 scars notated. Is there anything else?
Other than that, no, not really. I don't have any tattoos or anything.
Gilbert, your social, sir?
086663232.
3232. Alright, give me 1 moment.
Showing valid negative warrants with an expiration date of May 26, 2026.
I will print off the arrest report I have right now to get you. No, I can start that too. They should be printing out. Thank you.
Now, where is this vehicle being impounded if it's being impounded as you indicated?
United Towing.
Is it a location nearby?
It's about a mile away.
And how would I obtain it back, the vehicle?
Under the window, you would ask for a vehicle release form, and you would have to contact United Towing and set up a time to pick up your vehicle.
Are they open?
They usually open during business hours, but they have a business card that you can contact them and see if they would be willing to come back and let you get it.
Tonight, possibly?
I can't speak on their behalf because their business does technically close at 5, as after that they're on call.
Okay. So it's a possibility, but obviously you don't know given the circumstances.
Yeah, that's correct, sir.
Like I said, I don't hate anybody. That's the whole objective of Messianic Jew, and you want to proclaim me as a sovereign citizen. Again, I'm a constitutionalist.
I didn't say you were. I asked if you were because you were kind of acting like.
I know, I understand their dynamic. I'm actually online, and if you watch my TikToks and what have you, same name up with the underscore on there. I have no problem with anybody.
What's your TikTok?
Obadia, as I indicated before, with the underscore underneath.
How do I spell that?
Obadia is OBADYAH underscore. If anything, I support the police more than anything else. But again, I hold people accountable to that Constitution. That's why if you understood what I was doing out there, and I stated it quite clearly and quite often, I'm abiding by my constitutional rights. So if that makes me a sovereign citizen because I have rights that you can't...
Like I said, sir, I never called you one. I just asked.
I understand. Like I said, I'm paraphrasing, so to speak, based on... But because I understand your dynamic, because there's a lot of police on what have you that don't like First Amendment auditors and sovereign citizens and what have you.
It's not that we don't like them. We had one just gave us an A++ on YouTube, 2 years ago.
Who was that?
You let him check out all the cars in the lot and everything.
Oh, is that...
He was the star of the show.
I don't watch those. I see those periodically on TikTok. I'm not the kind of person that does that First Amendment auditing or what have you. But like I said, in a situation where I have an opportunity to assert my rights, especially given the demographic with the Democrats as prominently as they are. Now, I don't side with the Republicans either. My voting record was, I haven't voted in over 23 years. So when it comes to that Constitution and that First Amendment, that's my argument. So it doesn't matter what branch of government, if you want to proclaim yourself to be executive, that First Amendment, if Congress can't pass a law, then the judicial department can't enforce the law. And if you're proclaiming yourself to be the executive branch, even the President of the United States can't violate my constitutional rights. He's the executive branch. So if he can't violate the law, no public servant can, and if they do, they can be removed from their positions. What makes the police think that they're sovereign? Like, again, Morgan and I haven't spoken quite often for years, because back in the day when I became a Messianic Jew, my family came after me, oh, you don't respect the family, right? But that's when you're saying respect and what have you, I don't have to. That's my First Amendment right to have respect to persons is to commit sin. So just because you have titles and what have you and perceived authority, you have no authority in this particular case. That's what I was indicating. So there's nothing that I did that, if you want to cite me for obstruction, I actually had I gave you my driver's license number, I gave you my name, but you still didn't have that right to violate my constitutional rights at all. That's what I'm indicating. So I know your position. And I know that people have been sued and removed from their respective positions for doing exactly what you've done. I'm a law-abiding citizen. You'll see that I have a clean driver's record. I don't lie under oath. I don't lie, period. So non-violent.
So have you admitted to running the stop sign?
No, I did not.
Oh, well, it says that you admitted it to the dispatcher. Whether you
No, I said that do you have a copy of that call? Okay. When I spoke to the dispatcher, I said that the police officer was stating that I ran through a stop sign. And that's what I said.
So you don't think you did?
Even if I did, and that was my argument, it would still fall under the First Amendment. And that's what I was citing. It's not a matter because I didn't harm anybody physically.
So you think you shouldn't get a ticket if you ran a stop sign?
When you're citing a ticket, you're citing authority under the 10th Amendment. Is that correct?
I don't know.
So you don't know where your authority comes from, right? Okay.
Jared,
So,
you done with everything?
I'm very close to being done.
Oh, like booking?
I'm done with. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure I'm done with all my pertinent book questions.
I just gotta do a screening since he's going in the back for a bit. Alright, sir, since you're gonna be staying there yourself for a little bit, do you have supportive family or friends in the community?
Not in this area.
But you have family and friends that you have support of?
What do you mean by insupportive? That would support me?
Yeah.
That would come get me, or
Do you have family and friends?
I have a lot of family and friends.
Don't overthink these questions. They all just pertain to suicide.
You have
okay.
Do you have a significant loss in the last 6 months?
No.
Any major problems other than this going on right now?
No.
Anyone close to you ever commit or attempt suicide?
No.
History of drug or alcohol abuse?
Ever attempt or commit suicide?
Correct.
Technically, you could say that my sister-in-law's mother did many years ago.
Committed or attempted?
County traffic.
Committed.
Go ahead. Front of Grelwick on the river, or correction, Ohio, Rex, John Henry, 13.
History of drug or alcohol abuse?
No.
You in counseling?
No.
You extremely embarrassed that you're going to commit suicide?
No.
Thinking about killing yourself?
No.
You ever tried?
No.
Something to look forward to?
No.
You don't have anything to look forward
Getting out of here and getting back to work.
to? Is it your first time being arrested?
Technically, the first time I was arrested was back in driving without a license back in around 2000-ish era.
Have you ever spent a night in jail?
Never spent a night in jail. Never even stepped foot in jail. Because I bailed out when I was arrested. Cash in pocket.
Alright, like I said, you gotta go in the back a little bit. You go ahead on back here.
Mind if I get some water first?
We'll give you a cup for back there.
Oh, there's a fountain right here.
There's a fountain back there too. We'll give you a cup. Walk through that metal detector there. Right up these stairs, please. End of the hall, very, very end. We're gonna get everything out of your pockets. We're gonna get your belt and stuff too back here.
In other words, you put me in jail.
Put you in jail cell till we're done with the paperwork. We're gonna make a left.
You want one ID, date of birth for one, born, and license status. Go ahead. The invoice, basically, common spelling, middle of